There's something that the soul wants you to know. The best in the world is Charlie Wyke, you know. Our number 9. Give him the ball and he'll score every time. See, say no. Pass the ball to Wyke and he will score. 4-1 versus Doncaster Rovers. Well, where did that come from? Geordie Boys 29. Huge win. Dan Humphrey, thank you for joining me as always. How did you find that game?
Mate, absolutely lost for words. Speechless. Can't believe what's happening. McGeady's just put out the most insane performance I've ever seen him put out in the Sunderland shirt. I mean, 4 assists, 4 goals for Wyke. And I mean, what a game as well. Had everything. Bloody Lee Bird shaving penalties here and everywhere. I mean, what a performance, though. You couldn't really ask for much more. Obviously, clean sheet. Didn't get the clean sheet, but I mean, how can you complain about that? 4-1, 3 points against Donny as well. McGeady for me, even though Wyke did score 4, I'd probably think McGeady might have just edged the man of the match because, I mean, he was different gravy today. Different gravy.
Yeah, well, he was absolutely brilliant. Just want to include the chat quickly. AJJ, just to get the record straight, he's no wife beater. The only thing he beats is eggs because he put a comment in on the pre-match live stream and yeah, he was just he said I can't remember what he said. He said something about unbeaten, and then he put his wife in the same sentence, and then like he beats his. But that wasn't the comment. But yeah, no, the only thing we beat is Doncaster Rovers. Sarah Batty nearly on point with my score prediction. What was your score prediction, Sarah? I don't even think we remember. And getting Charlie Wyke 4 headers, absolutely buzzing, fantastic. Just I can see Paul's down there. Paul, is it okay if you share the link around if you haven't already for the live stream?
What did you think, Matthew? Anyway,
what did I think? Tell you what, and I'll say when we get more people in later, when we start adding people, I would just say that one thing we didn't do today: short goal kicks, short corners, short free kicks. And what happened? We got a corner. We thought, oh, we could take it short. Didn't take a shot. Went in. Charlie Wyke, bang, on his head. Right. The ball crosses into the box. 4 goals. None of this short corner business. I don't like it. Doesn't work. But yeah, so good job. Good job. We got the win today. The pressing was unreal. 09 and Scowen. I mean, them two. I wanted them to be in the starting together. And Power played as well. I thought Power had a really good game, but Scowen and 09 in the midfield, fantastic energy, and I wanted them to start for quite a long time, and they did, and we had a very energetic, good pressing game, so
Lee Burge as well, 2 saves. I mean,
Lee Burge 2 saves. I mean, yeah, it was unlucky for the first goal. Obviously, I don't think that was really his fault. We see a lot of mistakes goalkeeper makes, and but yeah, 2. He salvages himself by saving the 2 penalties. I think he had a good game. Everyone had a good game. Sanderson had a fantastic game, I thought.
Class.
But yeah, what do you say? Should we start bringing some fans in to hear their opinions?
Oh, I reckon that's a good little shout. Get a few people in.
First of all, we've had on the live chat for the first sort of few live streams, a person called Rosie, who's wanted to come on, and we've now got her on. Rosie,
hello.
How are you? What did you think of the game?
I thought the performance was absolutely phenomenal today. But the first penalty, I don't think that was a penalty. I think that should have been given the decision of Sunderland. And how Lee Burge performed in goal, that was tremendous. There's 2 saves for the penalties, the performance, the crosses, they worked well as a team and they dominated the match.
Yeah, of course. My dad just sent me a message. He said Lee Burge redeemed himself, not Sorry, I got my wording wrong there. What did you think of the all-round performance? And we bounced back from the Shrewsbury game. How do you think how did we approach the game differently? What did you think?
I think that the way how we went for the formation and the chances we had was brilliant. McGeady is 4 assists, which I didn't expect, especially from last season where he wasn't part of the squad. To bring him back with Lee Johnson, that's been brilliant. They just showed absolute commitment today, and I'm actually proud of Sunderland.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you think there was anyone else that sort of stood out? I know obviously, McGeady and Wyke were part of all the 4 goals, but do you think there's any sort of unsung heroes in the team that sort of no one really gives enough credit for that play today?
I would say Jones. When he come on second half, he was pressing Doncaster. Gooch played well, and I was happy that Dan Neil actually got an opportunity to play today for the first time.
But Dan Neil, was that?
Yeah.
You mean Jack Diamond? Jack Diamond came on. Dan Neil didn't come on today. I think it was Jack Diamond you're probably talking about there. But yeah. I think we did make 5 substitutions, I believe. So gave a bit of game time to some players. How do you think, sort of moving forward now? Are you confident that this is going to be the start of a run?
I actually think it is. If this takeover happens shortly, and then if we continue doing the way how we are, I think we will get promoted this season, and I'm looking forward to Wednesday's game against Lincoln City.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you very much, Rosie, for joining us and giving your take on the game. Really appreciate you coming on. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rosie.
So we have. I was about to add Jason there, but I think I'll add. Well, here we are. Who do we have next?
Hey.
Graham.
Afternoon.
Get in!
Come on!
What a game! Honestly, I don't honestly think I can fault any single one of them. Not one at all. Before the game, why does Scowen get a game? Yeah, it outstanding today, really. Where the whole lot of them were just immense, And that Meg's on the halfway line, where McGeady screwed. Was it Richards? He screwed Meg's through the middle with that ball and then the ball at Lyndon Gooch. Wow, just something else.
Scored, I mean, what a goal that would have been.
Do you know? I posted on my own Twitter earlier that watching Aidan McGeady this afternoon was like watching Riverdance. Honestly, them feet never stop all day. Literally incredible, man. What a great 90 minutes of football it was. I posted at half time that I think it's the best half of football I think I've seen Sunderland play in a long time. We were just so commanding it, just all out praise. And if this is what's to come, he says, fingers crossed, then we're looking fairly good. It's just a pity that Sanson can't play in the cup game on Wednesday for a bit of continuity. That's all. But I thought Sanderson had a great game at the back.
Yeah.
McFadzean, we were critical of him before the game.
Yeah.
He played really well. We've done all right today, chaps. I'll say that for nothing.
We need you on every week. I'm telling you, on the pre-match.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lucky charm now.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, listen. As long as I can come second in the quiz, then that's fine. I don't mind Matthew winning every week if I can come second. Honestly, great stuff.
Well, Graham, one thing today that we didn't do, and I just said it before. I don't know if you heard. There was no short goal kicks, no short corners, no short free kicks.
No, none of it. And look what happened. We're not putting pressure on ourselves early on in games, or sorry, right throughout games. I do think we should. I don't know whether you've mentioned it already because I missed the very beginning of it. Lee Burge. I thought he looked absolutely solid today. He looked absolutely bang on the money. And I think we were unlucky to concede the first penalty because I think he gave it for the player falling on top of the ball. which was a bit unlucky. But then when Birch saved it, honestly, I don't live in a big house, but I did a quick lap of it in celebration, you know. And I think the second penalty, maybe that was warranted, but another cracking save, you know. I think two saves and an own goal. I think Burge might have his own little claim for man of the match going on, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Burge got down and started making saves that he didn't before. I thought he would. Yeah. He did really well.
Genuinely looked impressive.
I think Remy Matthews has got half his body out the door now. I don't think we'll see him ever again.
I think you might be right there. You know, it's looking good. You know, of course Wednesday is an important game with it being a semi-final, but next weekend's even more important. Even more important now. Away from home. Where historically this season we've been very good. So fingers crossed, put a couple of wins together, and who knows where it might take us.
So you're confident this is going to be the start of a run?
Well, it might end up being typically Sunderland, hammering a team that's there or thereabouts with us, and then you go away next week to Burton, and Burton are traditionally a bit of a bogey team for Sunderland. But you would hope so. You would absolutely hope so. I think we talked before the game, where's the width coming from? There was your answer today. There was absolutely your answer today. We played really well, like all over the pitch. Used most of the pitch the whole game, and it caused Doncaster any kind of trouble.
Yeah, absolutely. And it certainly was an answer. I've got who we've got next? Jason Ashman to add. We'll hear what he has to think. Jason, welcome. 4-1.
4-1 win, yeah. I mean, I think I'm going to start predicting that we get battered every week, because I actually said that it would be 4-1 Doncaster. So how about that?
Just thought I'd add him.
But
what have you done?
It's a win. I mean, it's a win, but we keep talking about continuity and consistency. We need to go out there, especially on Wednesday. It seems how it's a semi-final. We need to put performances like that in every game, not just one game and then have a rest for 3 games. We need to do that every single game.
Yeah. I think the other thing is that a couple of the results have gone our favour today.
Yeah.
And that really works wonders as well. Hull getting beat off Charlton got beat off Gillingham. Yeah. That's one and only time I'll praise Steve Evans as well.
Hull was beaten off MK Dons as well, so I think it would be very easy to get drawn into focusing on other teams. I think, especially with performances like that, we need to just focus on ourselves and make sure we keep putting them performances in, because it would be the most Sunderland thing to do to build up a result like that and then go and say get beat on Wednesday night or get beat next Saturday.
So are you confident this is going to be the start of a run then, Jason, or do you still think there's we can read this? I don't know what I'm trying to say, but
well, I think like you said before I joined, I think we found out who our number 1 goalkeeper is now. There's no reason why we're going to keep chopping and changing in that position now. I mean, come on, let's face it, not play the man down, but if we had Remy Matthews, would he have saved them 2 penalties? Who knows? But probably not. But we definitely need to go on a run. Whether we will or not seems. I don't know. I wouldn't want to put any money on it, but we need to. We definitely need to.
Yeah. Okay. No problem with that. Charlie from One Rovers Vlogs, he wants to come on and congratulate Sunderland. Well, Charlie, I've sent you the link to join in your Twitter DM. So if you do want to come on and congratulate Sunderland, your second team, you are welcome to. Just waiting to come in as well to give his reaction on the game. We've got Stephen. Stephen, what did you make of today's game?
Well, today I thought was fantastic. First half, I mean, I wasn't sure what I was watching at first, especially after what I heard on Tuesday with Shrewsbury. But I mean, it was McGeady. I mean that nutmeg he did for the Gooch chance. I thought, hey man, I thought just needed that finish from Gooch.
Yeah.
Such a shame he didn't finish it off. But it was. I mean, he ran the show. McGeady in the first half. I mean, the only concern we had really was the defence, wasn't it? A couple of times, first and second half, they did show us up a bit, didn't they? But they did. Obviously, the penalty saves. I mean, that first penalty was obviously. I mean, it was ridiculous, wasn't it? So, but I mean, fantastic. If you do that again next week.
Yeah. So, what did you sort of think? Obviously, we bounced back from Shrewsbury Town's performance on Tuesday. What do you think how we approached the game differently today?
Well, we just pressed them, didn't we, from the start? I mean, what I saw of the Shrewsbury, I mean, we didn't do any of that, and obviously the previous that weekend, MK Dons, we just after we scored, we let them dictate, didn't we? With it today, we just harried them all the time and pressed them. You could see people moving around every time they come out. There was someone there, like Charlie Wyke, there was Scowen, everyone seemed to do that sort of thing. And then the other thing was we moved. Every time we went into attack, we moved, didn't we? Everyone was moving around. I think that's the difference.
Absolutely. This is sort of a question for Stephen and Jason. What did you sort of think when the team news came out today and you saw the team? With Stephen, we'll start with you. Did you think that Lee Johnson got the team? Well, obviously he did, but what were your sort of opinions when the team sheet was released? And it was actually correct, unlike Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, obviously I wasn't sure about McLaughlin. I mean, he was the one there. And Matt Fadson, well, yeah, could have gone either way, but I mean, he had a good game today. Coming forward, I mean, yeah, I couldn't fault him today. And Scowen, well, I mean, I'm not his biggest fan, but he was everywhere. Like he was harrying, he was trying to get the ball, and again, he had a chance, didn't he? He just didn't fall for him. And
what do you think of Power?
Power was usual in and out, wasn't he? But he got plenty of the ball in midfield. He was here, Same old, yeah, I would say. Yeah.
Jason, what did you think of the team selection?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like Stephen just said, I mean, when I seen McLaughlin and I seen that he'd opted to put Power in midfield, especially because I know how inconsistent like Scout can be with his passing, and I know that obviously Max Power can do the same. I really did think that it was, if anybody was going to drag us along, it was going to be 09 in the midfield. But I mean, can't fault any of them, to be honest with you. Obviously McFadden gave away the penalty. Luckily he was saved. I think I was a bit lazy. Shouldn't have really dangled his foot out the way he did or go for the ball. But yeah, can't really fault the team today at all.
Yep, fantastic. Just joining us now with a Bristol Rovers fan. If there's anyone watching this, quite bizarre after a Sunderland versus Doncaster game, Bristol Rovers fan. Charlie, I want to say quickly, thank you for the support you've given so far on the channel and everyone's video. It's been very much appreciated. But Charlie, you wanted to come and congratulate Sunderland. Here's your platform.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for you guys, obviously a quality win. it's good to see obviously Burge come back in and play well as well. And obviously, to be fair, I couldn't believe the score. Fair play to Wyke. He's obviously had quite a few poor seasons, but I'm glad he's doing well. I think he's on like over 20 plus goals in all competitions, and obviously McGeady as well. But yeah, I just wanted to say, come on, obviously. I mean, to be fair, I think Sunderland, the class, when we went up there away to you guys a couple of seasons ago, all your fans are class, and yeah, obviously keep up the good work on the channel, obviously smashing the content out, and it obviously should be interesting when we play you as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, thank you very much for coming on there, and giving all the support as well. And anyone watching, please go to One Rovers Vlogs on YouTube and subscribe to him and show him the same support that he showed us, which is very much appreciated. I mean, thank you very much, Charlie. And we'll definitely get you on for when we play Bristol Rovers away, and hopefully for us, it'll be a better game than last season, because it's the last game we played just before the lockdown.
Yeah.
Nice Chinese there.
Is it nice Chinese?
Yeah.
Down the road.
All right.
Oh, fair enough. Oh, well then, okay. Well, where are we going to come to next, Dan? Dan, what should we talk about next?
Oh, I don't know. We've gone through we've gone through the midfield. Obviously, Wyke did well. I wasn't. What did you guys think of when the subs came on? Because I feel like the game sort of died down a bit when the likes of O'Brien and that came on. Jason, what did you make of them?
Well, when I thought we dropped off massively when Ledbert came on.
Yeah.
Obviously the back foot, I wouldn't say it fell apart, but obviously it was. I think I might be wrong, but correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm sure the 2 penalties came after Ledbert came on, or the first one might have been just before we came on.
Yeah.
But it's like it kind of slows the game down, if you know what I mean. Like we were so pressing, and then obviously we brought him off for Conor McLaughlin, and Power moved to right back, and we kind of sat off, and then that's when Doncaster. I mean, geez, when Sunderland, when you see a side attack Sunderland, you just think we're going to fall apart here, because we just can't rely on anyone. Like, yes, like when Willis and Wright, maybe we could rely on them too. But if Wright doesn't have somebody he trusts, even though Sanderson is good enough, clearly because he's loaned from a Premier League side, we just kind of we fall apart. And obviously, I mean, the first penalty, God, I've never seen a worse decision in my life.
It's absolutely awful.
The ball wasn't even in the penalty area when he touched it anyways. You know what I mean? Like, the ball wasn't even in the penalty area. And then, like I say from McFadden, I think it was just, I think it was more he was tired. He didn't want to. He didn't want to jockey with the lad, so he decided he was just going to stick his foot out and hope that he got the ball instead of the lad, and the lad just took the contact and obviously went down. But Burge saved him. But I mean, we've just got to keep going.
Yeah. Just want to say quickly, Dan, you can talk afterwards, but I've just obviously received this stat. We've had many great strikers play at the Stadium of Light. Kevin Phillips, Niall Quinn, Darren Bent, Jermaine Defoe, all these players. The only person to ever score 4 goals at the Stadium of Light is Charlie Wyke. So I'll leave you with that.
Incredible.
Wow. What a stat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Go for it, Dan.
Stephen, what did you what about you with the subs?
Well, I thought maybe Jones could have come on a bit sooner, because he's got that pace. Possibly replace Coach, I thought. But and for 9, I mean, it was that yellow card, wasn't it? We're thinking every time he come towards to make a challenge, I thought, oops. And then, of course, the penalty was that was a joke. So he needed to go off sometime. But Grant Ledbetter, you're right. Someone said it did slow the game down, and it sort of brought them back into the game again. Needed someone to come on that was still going to press them a bit more and up the top end, and that didn't really happen, did it? With him. And who else? Come on. O'Brien. Brian. Well, again, I thought he'd come on too late. Maybe he should have had on sooner, because he's having a. I think he's improving as the season's gone on, hasn't he? I mean, even today when he come on, there was touches here and there.
Yes.
He's getting better, but I thought he needed to be on sooner than me. But that's just my opinion, like.
Hey, Charlie, what did you think of the substitutions?
Yeah, I think the subs are good. Obviously, I think Aidan O'Brien. I think he's a quality player. I think he's been up front a lot, Annie, with Wyke, sort of holding the ball up well, getting a few assists. But I think he'll get better as it goes on, because he done pretty well at Millwall in the Championship. I think you just got to give him a bit of time, and he'll form a really good partnership with Wyke.
Yeah, 100%. I'll just add Paul in now, and I just want to say quickly, while we're here, we hit 500 subscribers. So thank you all very much for that.
Good, that's good.
Well done. And then
that is fantastic, considering we've only been just over half a season. The channel's been 500 brilliant subscribers, and it's because of everybody that's taken part today on the shows. We've got Stephen. You know, Jace is quite new to the channel, but he's been involved leaving comments. Everybody, Matthew, I can't thank everybody enough. Really, it's fantastic. It sounds like I'm collecting an Oscar, but it's just because I'm really. I'd like to thank my agent. That's about it. Nice to see you in here, Charlie, as well, mate. I know you're always supporting the channel, mate. I do try to watch some of your stuff when I've got time. Unfortunately, you're going through a pretty bad run of games yourself, and you're not getting the performances that you deserve.
Yeah, it's been awful. Hopefully, it can change soon and we can stay up. It's been, I mean, obviously we're linked with your like worst enemy, aren't we, Joey Barton? But I doubt it comes. I doubt it comes to Rovers.
I tell you what, he did well. He would do well, because he doesn't. Your peers wouldn't be slacking. I tell you that much for a start. We can't start them, but as a manager, I think he did. I think he did well at Fleetwood, to be honest with you. So you could do worse. You could have Phil Parkinson. You know what I mean? So,
No, just say, Paul, you did the live stream during the game. How did you find that? We're going to be doing that every week now with Sean Middleton, aren't we? Live stream during the game.
Well, he's definitely doing the Saturday games. Some Tuesdays he's unavailable with work commitments, obviously. But yeah, I thought it went really well. I mean, I'm not kind of commentator. He disappeared for a little bit, and I was just like the bloke in black's running. I don't know what to say. But yeah, it was fun to do. It was nice to listen to his commentary whilst I'm watching it. Shut up. Sorry, cat's making a racket behind us. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I wasn't nervous or anything. Sean knows what he's doing. He talks well. Like, I'm looking forward to the next one. I think he's contemplating doing the Wednesday, this Wednesday cup game against Lincoln, but we'll see what happens there anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to include the live chat quickly. I've really missed a lot of it. I apologise for that. Just one thing that's popping up to me there. Ethan Dixon just asked Matthew, lad, what did you think of Sanderson today? Well, I thought, to be fair, I thought Sanderson played really, really well all game. I thought he was very solid, had a fantastic game, apart from just towards the end where he made that little mistake, but we got away with it there. But I'll put the question out to everyone else. Dan, we'll start with you. What did you think of Sanderson's performance today? Yeah,
solid again for me. I think obviously, as you said, he nearly made that mistake at the end, but he's had to wait. He's had to wait quite a while now to sort of cement his place. And I guess the injury, obviously, you don't want anyone to be injured, but that has kind of helped them in terms of starting more games. So hopefully you can kick on now and start some consecutive games instead of coming off the bench. But obviously, you can't play in the week because he's cup tied, but. So I don't really know who's going to play centre half in the week, if I'm honest. It'll probably have to be Ollie Younger, I reckon, because we've got no one else. But yeah, another solid shift. I feel like he's confident, and that's what you need as well. He like to go against Bailey Wright. he's got a good defensive partnership to learn from as well. So he's still only young. So yeah, I've been impressed with what I've seen from Sanderson. Yeah, once again.
Yeah, Stephen, will come to you.
Well, yeah, I think he had a solid game, and he passed, a few passes out of defence. I mean, one nearly connected with Scowen, I think it was. It was right idea. I mean, he comes forward. That's yeah, and only I say one mistake really in the game. What I saw, as it's just been pointed out. So yeah, it's just a shame again. He's not playing Tuesday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a miss. But if this young lad's, I haven't seen him, so he's younger. I haven't seen much of him. So I mean, hopefully he can fill the void. Because there's no one else, is there? I think Flanagan's still injured, so that's it really. Yeah, but he's definitely had a good game today. Yeah.
Yeah, Paul, we'll come to you. You're watching the game. Sanderson, what did you make of Sanderson's performance?
To be honest with you, every time I've seen him play, I've been happy with his performance. He looks solid, and he looks like he doesn't give the ball away very often. He's always looking forward for that forward pass, which I like to see. Yeah. I know McFadden does that, but he forgets about coming back as well. So yeah, I think Sanderson can do both. He's very talented, and I hope I don't know, is there an option of keeping him after the season or whatever? I think he's brilliant. I think he plays perfectly alongside Bailey Wright today as well. Yeah. So, yeah, no complaints for me. Really, really happy with him. In fact, like I said, I said during the stream, the one I felt had a game with Conor McLaughlin, who gave the ball away a couple of times. But it wasn't a bad game. It was just, I don't know, it wasn't as good as the rest, put it that way. So, yeah, happy with that, mate. Happy.
Yeah.
Good. Charlie, did you want to have your say on Sanderson?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I didn't watch the stream, but I heard a lot of good things about him. And I mean, to be fair, I'm surprised he hasn't started more because he hasn't played the whole season, has he? He's been like in and out of the team, and obviously I'm surprised at that because he started every game for Cardiff, and obviously, I think now he'll go on a good run and start for you. Obviously with obviously the unfortunate injury of Willis. So yeah, hopefully he plays good against good for you.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the reason why he's probably not been in the team because of Willis and Wright. But yeah, hopefully he starts playing now. Ethan Dixon has just said Sanderson equals Sergio Ramos in disguise. Well, I can tell you what Paul is, aren't you, Paul? Yeah, look what Carl
look, I'm still in the water, mate.
It's vodka in the bottle. To go back to Alyssa Rao saying always rated Sanderson, wouldn't be too surprised to see him playing in the Premier in the future. Absolutely. One thing no one's commented on actually, before the game we were like, who do we play at left back? We can't play Vokins. We thought McFadden's still injured, but McFadden came straight back into the team. We'll start with Stephen. We'll start with you first. What did you make of McFadden's performance today?
Well, I thought he was a lot better than what I've seen of previous. I mean, there's still that question mark over his defending at the back, but I thought he did all right today. I mean, he linked well with McGeady at times and things like that. And he was. I think it's probably the best performance I've seen from him. I think. I mean, so he did all right.
Okay, Dan McFadden.
Yeah, he was decent. I mean, I you know that I don't really rate him. I don't think he's not the best left back in the world. But obviously, with Hume being injured, Hume would be off first choice all day. But at the moment, just having to do with him, he did a decent job today. He did. I feel like he played in the first half. He did pretty well. He sort of got a bit worse as the game went on because in the second half he gave the ball away to Bogle and he ran for another shot. But Yeah, I mean, he's just going to have to do, isn't he? I think he's better than Vokins, but it's not a very high bar. So we'll just have to keep hoping he puts in a decent shift for us and see where it takes us.
Yeah, Paul?
Yeah, he didn't have a bad game at all. I still think we would be better as like a left winger, but we've got cover in that position anyway. So I just think he sort of like forgets something. I mean, I'm not the only one to say this. I've heard a few people say it. He just forgets that he's got a defence sometimes. But he did the job today. He did what was needed to be done. I don't think any that goal was really his fault. I mean, it was a lucky goal that he got coming off the back of Burge's head. So overall, I can't really knock him today. And if he performs like that every game, then I don't think many fans will be disappointed with him starting.
Yeah. I mean, Charlie, Callum McFadzean started today out of nowhere. What did you? I'm not even sure you watched the game, but we'll get your opinion anyway. Callum McFadzean.
Yeah, obviously, a lot of people have obviously watched a lot of Sunderland streams, obviously including you guys a lot, and he hasn't been good. I mean, he's been decent going forward for you, as what I've heard, but obviously can't really defend. But hopefully, obviously Hume for you gets back soon. I don't know when he's back because he's pretty class for you, and Hume. But yeah, I think obviously Vokins, you got him as well, so it's going to be interesting to see who plays and when Hume does return. But I've got to go and have my tea. But cheers for having me on, and best of luck for the season. Keep smashing the content.
Cheers, Charlie.
Thank you, Charlie.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you, mate.
Yeah.
See you later.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, mate.
Nice dinner.
Yeah, just on the chat quickly, Tommy says, well done, Sean and Paul on the live stream. Subscribe and spread the word. It's absolutely free. Doesn't cost a penny.
Doesn't cost a penny.
If you're unsure, ask a family member or a friend. It only takes 2 minutes. There you go. Can't do it as good as Sean. Someone else just asked something. It was a pretty good question. We'll come back to it if I can actually find it. It was something about Remy Matthews. It was, can Remy Matthews redeem himself? So I guess Paul will start with you. Do you think Remy Matthews can redeem himself, or do you think that's it? Lee Bird should start now?
Oh, it's got to be Lee Burge. I mean, especially after the day. I mean, I know the penalties weren't the best, but he still had to sit them. Matthews. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really want to slate him to be honest. Yeah. Lee Burge is our number one. I don't know. I'd be even tempted to start Patterson ahead of Burge if Burge did get injured, just to see what Patterson's capable of doing. Yeah, I don't know. He's not quite cutting it so far as he has been disappointing. But Burge has had bad games as well, made some mistakes. It's just, you can't really judge players unless they've had a few games and you know, like a decent one in the team. To be honest with you, I don't really like to say anything bad, but. Yeah, Burge definitely number one, mate.
Yeah, Stephen, do you think Remy Matthews should get maybe another chance, or do you think he should definitely start with Burge from now on?
Definitely Burge. Yeah, what I seen on Tuesday night, it was absolutely appalling for a goalkeeper. I mean, I used to play a long time ago myself. You know, if I'd missed that ball, I would have been called all sorts of names. So. But I think Patterson should be number 2 now. I mean, you cannot them errors that I saw on Tuesday night. You cannot stand up for that. I mean, it should have been 3, shouldn't it? I mean, the third one. I mean, that you got away with that one. So definitely Patterson is number 2, and Burge obviously number 1. Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. Dan, did we come to you?
Yeah, well, I'll just agree with everyone else said. I don't think Matthews will, as I said earlier, I doubt he'll ever play again for us, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
I don't know how long his contract is, but I can't see him being ahead of Burge anymore, and even maybe Patterson. So Burge, fair play to him. He's not bloody Lev Yashin, but he'll do the job in League One.
Yeah.
So we just got to keep playing, and hopefully, if he plays consistent 90 minutes, he should do a solid job. I won't say he's not brilliant. Don't get me wrong, but he's a solid keeper.
Yeah, fantastic. And yeah, Ethan Dixon just reminding us, Charlie Wyke is now officially League One top goal scorer with 17 league goals. It means 20 goals, 20 goals for the season with Charlie Wyke. I mean, who would have thought that when their season obviously started? No one thought it. Obviously, Max Power played in the midfield today. Paul, how did you think sort of Max Power did? Obviously, he's playing right back for the last few games, but how do you think he got on in the central midfield?
He got on well. I think he played good. I mean, I know so with Scowen, everyone's had doubts about them playing together, but even Scowen, players that often have off games weren't having them. They were all playing a decent game today. I don't know what Lee Johnson said to them, or if they've done something different in training or whatever. Power looked powerful. He looked good. He looked like he looked. I don't know. He looked a bit more attack-minded because sometimes he's one of these players that passes it backwards and sideways, and we seem to run out of options sometimes. But no, the whole team played well, and I think when the whole team played well, it made the best come out of other players. For example, Burge, I was so happy that he got them 2 saves because the rest of the team had done that well. If he'd had nothing to do, then it would have sort of been a bit of a downer for him in one sense, but. You know, he gets a fantastic rating like everybody else. So for me, yeah, Power would start in that position again. I wouldn't change it. I'd start the same team. And maybe not against Lincoln, but for the next league game.
Yeah. Stephen, Max Power starting in the midfield. How did you think he got on there?
Well, you know, again, he was more forward thinking today, definitely, as Paul was saying, and he's always in and out of the game. That's the thing. But yeah, I mean, first half I couldn't really fault him, and then of course the second half he went back to right back, didn't he? And it was okay. That's what I'll say. Not his biggest fan.
Yeah, of course. Dan, did we come to you power play in the midfield?
No, not yet, but the same old really, as I said earlier. I mentioned it earlier briefly. It's a tough one. I thought he had a decent game today. You know, he didn't stand out, but for the right or wrong reason. So it's just solid. Like he plays pretty. He's one of those players who's normally like that. Like I feel like at least he's trying to be a bit more positive and playing forward than he used to with Parkinson when he just used to always pass backwards. Because I feel like slowly the Parkinson sort of star is just going away faster and faster because there's still parts of it that we can see because he used to always pass it back. But yeah, he wouldn't be in my starting midfield, like my favourite midfield, but today he did a decent job. Yeah,
absolutely. Just want to go back. Obviously, Louis Dreyfus was at the match as well. So the camera pan round to him. He was in the director's box. So that's a good sign. The takeover must be close to completion. I want to stay away from takeover though because I hate talking about it.
Yeah.
Just also a message to everyone on the live chat. If you do want to actually come on the live stream, like be here now and give your opinion, just DM me on Twitter. I'll put my Twitter handle here, and just because I don't think there's many other people coming into the live stream, is there, Paul? It doesn't seem like anyone else wants to come in for their say.
I'm surprised. Yeah,
I'm surprised because we've bloody smashed
them.
Yeah, I know. Really well.
I know.
Yeah, I think sometimes a lot of people prefer just to moan. Do you know what I mean? They prefer to come on and complain. It's easier to talk about how crap we've been usually. So. If you want to come in, it'd be fantastic. We'd like to have you. I've had people message us saying they want to come in sometime. So we'll see if they actually turn up. But yeah, I just wanted to. I know you've got other things you want to talk about, but I just wanted to mention quickly what is making Wyke so absolute. It's like play. Is it? You think it has anything to do with the fact that there's no fans in the stadium? Is that possibly why he's been so good? Matthew, do you want to go over that?
I was looking forward to hearing everyone else's opinion, but I'll tell you mine first. All right, go on, Dan. Dan. You tell us yours.
No, I said, go on, Matthew. I said.
all right, fine, I will. All right then. So, gosh, what do I think? All right, let's think about how he's played in the last 2 seasons. Okay, now first season he was actually missing open goals. He was getting into these positions, and then he didn't seem like he wanted to put the extra yard and to run a bit faster, to press the ball a little bit more. He didn't seem very happy. Like, it's like I don't know. Like, so, if I went to a clothes shop with my mum, and my mum's walking around looking at these clothes, and I bring myself around the shop, we're like, oh, how long do you have to stay in there for? And then we're going to JD next door, and I'm running around going, I want this, I want this, I want this. It's almost like Charlie Wyke's now in JD, rather than or like, I don't know where, like River Island or whatever. Although do some nice clothes in River Island. Yeah, probably next. Yeah, but yeah, I feel like now Charlie Wyke's enjoying himself at Sunderland. He's actually really enjoying it, and yeah, you just seem liking playing football. He loves playing football a lot more. And you see a difference between whether you enjoy playing football and you don't. And he's getting himself in these positions now. All of them were headers. And he just runs and get himself in the position. Even against AFC Wimbledon away, the second goal that stood out to me, how the corner was taken, and he ran round. And with that, it was so much effort, the intelligence to run round and get on the end of that ball. Yeah. And I think he just enjoys playing a lot more now. And yeah, that's what I have to say. I think there's nothing tactically. I don't think there's much tactically that we're doing that he's scoring more goals, because he's scoring from corners. All of them today. Well, you just whack the ball in the box. Whatever tactic you're playing, at least once in the game, you hit the ball into the box, and he's been on the end of all the crosses. So I think he's just enjoying playing football.
Who from Newcastle for them goals, or did we just play brilliant? And what was it for you?
Well, for the goals, for
the goals, because for me, he was completely unmarked for a lot of them headers. Like, I thought they were very, very disappointing. The defending was poor, so I'm hoping it's not just a false. I know we played well, but is it looking better than what it actually was?
Well, I think he still had to have the intelligence to put himself in that position, and actually have the quality to wrap his head round. Wrap his head round the ball. Just the quality to actually put the ball in the back of the net, really. So I think that side of the game's pretty good for him, because he could have easily have got it, and even the when he put us 2-0 up, how he ran round and he anticipated where the ball was going to go, got over the defender, and he guided the header beyond the keeper. So I think it's a mix. Maybe if we played against better defenders, then I'm sure maybe he wouldn't have scored as many goals. And that's what I talk about in the past few streams, where I said we can't be taking short goal kicks, but short corners as well, because they're League One defenders. They're League One defenders, and it just shows today how the quality of League One defenders are. And we've managed to score 4 goals from crosses into the box. Put the ball in the box a bit more. The League One defenders, and but I don't know. I want to hear everyone else's opinions on the goals today, or Wyke.
Stephen, go. What did you? Why is Wyke doing so well? Is it? Do you think he struggles with his confidence when the fans are in the stadium? Maybe gets on him too much. What do you think?
Possibly, yeah. Obviously, I've been to a couple of games, and people obviously, they were on his back. I think what I've seen, you've seen an all-round improvement in his game this season. Like, even his layoffs to other people, that's coming in. Yeah. Obviously Tuesday night, you laid that off. You'd never seen that before. You always seem to lose the ball. And the other thing is, he wants, when the crosses come in today, he just wanted to be there. Previously he maybe got beaten in the air. But he just wants to be on the end of things. And that's, obviously I was a bit surprised today that they were allowed to, McGeady was allowed to cross it in like that. They never learned from the first time, did they? So they crossed it in again. There he was again. And as long as crosses are going to come in like that from McGeady, he's good, and he's hungry to get on the end of it. And that's the difference, I think, from previous seasons. I think he's getting there and getting on the end of things. And then obviously I say he's other parts of his game. He's getting on the ball more. They must have been doing something in training, I think, to improve him this season. And then of course the first season he was mostly injured, so that could have been a factor that he wasn't that great, really, was he?
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, I think I agree with all of that. What you're saying about McGeady
Yeah.
being involved is what Stephen J said as well. Wyke's been helped massively by McGeady in the team.
Yeah.
It does make a difference. You can see the quality. Sean Middleton was talking all the way through the stream about how good McGeady was.
Yeah.
And I think he assisted all 4 goals, and he would have gotten easily man of the match if Wyke hadn't banged them in.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I would have said. Anyway, what do you think, Dan? Why is Wyke so good?
Because he's related to Messi, I heard. But for the first season, obviously he was a bit injured, and he hasn't been great. But honestly, it's all about the confidence with strikers. I think you need a bit of luck. Once you get going on that goal scoring run, you feel on top of the world. You feel like you can score 10 goals a game. Do you know what I mean? And when you've got the quality, when McGeady's got the quality and he's playing well, then I mean, trust me, it massively helps because I play that as a striker as well. So when you've got quality players around you, it's a lot easier to convert the chances that you're getting. So I think McGeady's obviously a massive part of that, but you can't fault him for the quality of finishes he's at, because the conversion rate is improved as well, like massively, because our team's always created chances. Our strikers have always had chances to score goals, but the fact that he's taken them almost more often than not is like the big difference, I think. And to be honest, the crowd might have initially it might have helped him, because obviously he was under a lot of pressure. So at the start of the season, it might have sort of been a restart for him, and that could have given him a bit of confidence. But as the games have gone on and goals have gone on, I'm not sure that's taken too much into account. I just think he's playing really well, and as Stephen said, you can see the effect the confidence has on the rest of his all-round game as well, because I feel like he's doing a lot more other than goal scoring as well than he used to do in terms of holding the ball up or bringing others into play, making good key passes as well, starting creating chances. So I've been impressed with him. I hope it continues, because we all thought, after he started at the start of the season, all right, let's not get our hopes up. It is Charlie Wyke, remember. He probably won't score too many more, but I mean, he's proven us all wrong as the days go on. So I just hope he keeps on scoring. And I mean, what's that? So is it 17 in the league now, top scorer?
Yeah.
If you'd have told me at the start of the season, I would have laughed in your face for about half an hour, because I mean, honestly, it's mental. But I'm so happy for him, because he seems like such a nice guy as well. So long may it continue.
Yeah, you wouldn't bet against him getting potentially 30 goals. I mean, honestly, he's doing that well. If he keeps it up, he could get 30 goals this season. So yeah, really, really good man of the match for me, easily.
Can I just say, sorry, just saw Sarah Betty's comment. She says, "Do you need a PC to join in on the cat in person?" No. You can join on your phone. You can join on your phone. Yeah, you can do that.
You could just post the link into the chat, couldn't you? If you like the people that's in there, you could always do that one day. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll do that now. I just wanted to ask as well. Obviously, we're playing Lincoln at home in the Papa John's Trophy semi-final. Obviously, fantastic chance to go at Wembley. How do you sort of think? What sort of team we should start? Because 2 games a week, you wouldn't really want to put out your best team, because you still got to play a game Saturday as well. We are playing. Who are we playing Saturday? I'm not sure.
It's Burton.
But Burton away, yeah. So a lot,
Albion.
yeah. So what sort of changes would you make, or would you sort of keep the same team, Stephen?
It's a really difficult one, isn't it? I mean, do you still have McGeady there, or arrest him? That's the big question. Bring Jones in, I think, down the wing instead of Gooch. Maybe put Gooch on the substitutes bench. It's the middle, isn't it? Who do you? Because I mean, obviously McGeady's of age. I mean, today, I know he played most of the game, but do you rest him? Or do you put him on for the first half and bring him off? Or like some of because you really don't, a player of his age, you don't want to be obviously overtaxing him, do you? That's a big conundrum for him, isn't it? Really? Who's yeah. I'm trying to think of midfield. There's no one like him when he plays like today, is there? Yeah, McGeady. When he plays like that today, we haven't got anyone, have we? It's
Yeah. Go on, Paul. You go.
No, go on, mate.
And I was just gonna. I wouldn't make too many changes for the Lincoln games. I think it's quite a big game. Chance to go to Wembley. Of course, Sanderson. There have to be at least one change because Sanderson can't play. So I presume the only other centre half we've got who's fit is Ollie Younger. So I presume he's gonna play if he's gonna play a different formation. But I don't see why he'd do that after today's performance. And you could, I wouldn't really change the midfield either. I wouldn't start Ledbetter either again because I think we did better when he was actually off the pitch. I don't want to be hard, but I feel like he does sort of slow the game down. And if he started today, would we have been allowed to play in the same sort of high tempo that we did? I don't know, but I'd maybe swap one of the wingers. Yeah, I'd maybe start Jones instead of Gooch or McGeady. Give McGeady a rest maybe, or one of them, or maybe one or two changes. But I wouldn't change the whole team.
Yeah, I'd definitely bring on Jones. I think I'd start him against Lincoln. I would also like to see. I'd probably drop Power and bring on Dan Neil. I'd like to see him get a good amount of time on the pitch. I'd start with Jack Diamond as well. I'd keep quite a few of the players that played really well today because I know we've got a chance of going to Wembley and everything, but for me, still, like, I'm not really that bothered about it. Like, the league's the only thing that I'm really bothered about. I mean, especially considering we can't even go to Wembley. So like as fans anyway, and it's not. Yeah, it's a cup, but I mean, are you really going to brag about winning the Pizza Cup? I mean, it's not really a big deal for me. I know, like, you're in it and you should want to win it, and that's fair enough. But I wouldn't risk any of our top performers today. I'd even go as far as maybe leaving Wyke out and just starting O'Brien up front.
Oh no.
Yeah. Can you imagine losing the cup game to Lincoln and Wyke getting injured?
I guess so. I guess
you could say that. You could say that of anything really, but I understand. Yeah, but for me, I feel like when Wyke's in this good form, I think you just got to play him. But I do understand definitely rotate some of the wingers and the players around them. I'd say.
Yeah. What's happened to the new guy that was injured? It was come from Ross County. What's happened to him?
Striker.
Anyone know?
Ross from Ross. Yeah.
Yes.
He's injured. I think he got another sort of setback of his injury.
Oh, right.
Is it hamstring? Is it?
I'm not sure.
No, I think he's just his. I've got no idea. He's just hurt himself. I don't know.
Right.
I don't quite know what he's done.
Right.
Yeah, we could also bring in Carl Winchester maybe for the Lincoln game. Like I say, as many as
No,
we
he
can
can't.
protect.
He's cup tied. He can't.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, there you go. That's I'd definitely bring Diamond in, like to start. Even though he's probably better as an impact player, but I'd start him. I'd start Dan Neil. I'd start Jones, and I'd have O'Brien up front at least for the first half. Maybe see how we are. If we need to bring Wyke on, we can bring Wyke on and McGeady. That they'll all be on the bench. As for the back four, I don't know. I'd keep one eye out. Probably maybe stick Power at right back because he's been doing all right there. Sanderson in the middle was right, and McFadden on the left.
Sanderson can't play. So.
Oh no, Sanderson no. Is Flanagan fit?
I think he might be still injured.
Step up Ollie Younger, I reckon.
Younger, yeah. That's pretty much it.
I've nearly forgotten about Maguire. I mean, the forgotten man.
Oh
I mean,
yeah, Maguire. Yeah, Maguire.
Yeah.
He can play.
But I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, of recent times, he hasn't been great, has he? So,
No.
I mean, you would think he would want a point to prove, wouldn't you? Yeah. You would
Yeah.
thought so, wouldn't you? But
Yeah, you would have thought so. It depends. I mean, he might be sulking a little bit as well. He wasn't even on the
Yeah.
bench today, was he?
no, not even there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I was.
But it's these sort of games though that he's going to prove himself in, isn't it?
yeah. You would have thought
Yeah.
so, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Paul, we've hit an hour. I mean, no one else looks like they're going to join. So shall we just end it at an hour? I think what's been said
Yeah.
has had to be said.
Yeah.
But I just
think
want
so.
to just where is it? Hang on, I've just lost it. Hang on. Right, I just wanted to say thank you to Morgan Gray. Just a little shout out for Morgan Gray. He just put to us an SAFC fans Jack. Well done on a great live watch along of the great performance by Sunderland. But a huge congratulations on reaching 500 subscribers. Well deserved. The road to 1,000 starts now. Go and subscribe. It's absolutely free and doesn't cost a penny, as said by Sean Middleton. We need to start making T-shirts saying it's absolutely free, doesn't cost a penny. Sean Middleton. You know, we need to start making merchandise for Sean Middleton now.
Yeah.
You need to put that on the T-shirt.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we'll end it there at an hour. So everyone who's watching, I hope you've all enjoyed. And yeah, if you haven't already, I'm sure you have. But please do subscribe, hit the like button as well. And yeah, we'll see you all. When will we see you? Probably a live stream pre-match Saturday. Yes, where I will be there as always, winning the quiz. Like the master of the. I'm just joking. I'm not. Anyway,
Well, you're not
we'll see you all then. We'll see you all then.
All right.